And what they had done, really, was it went from a public transport to where it got privatized. That is, each individual had to buy their own car. But they did a fantastic marketing job talking about this is progress, this is the future of the world. Now, we see, 75, 100 years later now, that this system doesn't work. It doesn't, it creates traffic jams. There's no place on earth, no city on earth, where the car serves as it should all by itself. The cities that work, like Tokyo, 20 million people, you can get around. There's a tremendous subway system and a tremendous amount of bicycles there. And of course, walking and everything. And many other cities have learned that way. And now we see that cities worldwide are rethinking what they're doing. And they want to make a place, 100 years ago, a city was a place where the families of wealth and power raised their children, because this is where the intellect is. And we, starting in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, left the city for the suburbs to raise our children. And the cities have become not a healthy place for a kid. And this is the point. Your city needs to be a healthy place for children, because then you will attract the best and brightest, and then the economy goes up. And they know that, and we are going to see a lot of change in the next few years. For the high school racing series, that is kids 13 through 18. And our company, Trek Bicycle, is on a big mission. We want to have a racing team, a mountain bike racing team in every single high school in the United States. That's 179,000 high schools. It's amazing. So a lot of these kids, they don't have money. A lot of kids have money, a lot of kids don't have money. So one of the things we're trying to do is working with the big makers to create a bike that's relatively inexpensive and will be sort of the ceiling on the racing, on this sort of class of racing. So we're going to introduce those two things, to try to find a bike that will work as a racing bike, will be relatively inexpensive, but still, I think there has to be a limit on what a kid can race in some of those neighborhoods. It has to be a more reasonable bike. Well, the one thing that we're doing more and more is creating mountain biking in cities. I'm going to speak in Dubai in February for a world mobility, urban mobility conference. And one of the things I'm going to suggest to them, they're building the world's tallest skyscraper in Dubai. And I'm going to say, let's have a downhill race that goes from the top of the building all the way to the bottom. Why not? We can do this. We now have, the technology of building the trail. And there's nothing makes you feel like a genius bike rider.